Hello. The Christmas season, New Year, is out there as a motive for celebration, getting together. Joy, happiness, and some of us may not be feeling joyful, happy, or have someone to celebrate with. We're going to take a moment to make peace with the way we are feeling in this moment. Make peace with our circumstances. And share our thoughts with those that may be needing in this moment. They could be close to us, related to us, or connected to us through humanity. We're going to connect with our compassion for ourselves, compassion for others, healing, healing for us, healing for others, love, feeling the connection with love, with ourselves, others, and a higher power. And deeply being able to, despite of our circumstances, making peace with this moment. There are moments where we look at our problems and try to find solutions. Those are proactive ways of solving our problems. It is useful. It is helpful. And sometimes we ask for help. However, in this moment, we're focusing only on making peace, accepting our reality as it is in this moment, so that we can let go of the struggle of what should have been, what should be, what is not. Just that surrender into the here and now, into this moment, so that we can connect with peace, so we can feel the peace in our minds, in our hearts, in our souls. It's a time of consciously or unconsciously, social comparison, reviewing our history, our achievements, our goals. And we might find ourselves feeling less than or not as good as we want to feel. Our mind goes where our focus goes. It's governed by our life experience, our way of thinking, our circumstances, our temperament, and has a negative bias. We always want to strive for more and to feel better. And at times just connecting with peace, surrender, accepting the moment. Is a sweet spot to let go of the extra struggle and suffering that we may be causing in ourselves. Our brain might be consumed with what ifs, wrestling with the uncertainty of the future. Perhaps things that we do not want, and we see ourselves having to face them or deal with them. Or we don't know how things will turn up, and if we will be able to cope. And witnessing perhaps joy all around or celebrations all around, and we don't feel like it. Perhaps our circumstances dictate other priorities, other needs, financial priorities, safety priorities, security. Relationship. We might be with people but fail to be in peace with ourselves and them because of the differences. And we might be alone and struggle with a loneliness, yet we could be with other people and feel lonely. And at times of celebration, that pain is stronger, seems to be more relevant, more accentuated. And we feel that we are the only ones struggling, perhaps the only ones that are failing. The only ones that doesn't have it all together or are behind. The only ones that are not managing to get the very basics. And that pain feels unbearable at times. We might even be witnessing others who are worse than us, who are struggling. We see them on the street. We can think of them because we know their circumstances or have an awareness. and we look at the extremes. Some appear to have too much and even waste it, and others are struggling to get the bare minimum. Perhaps the injustices, the unfairness of it all. Where someone might be wasting on superfluous things, things that might not be seen as necessary or essential, and someone else is struggling to have food on the table, a roof over their head. The disparity between circumstances can be striking, painful, painful to feel on the receiving end of it, painful to watch. We're going to connect with the acceptance of reality. The reality is that life is not fair. There are moments of unfairness in life. It is a reality, whether we like it or want it or not. And sometimes we are on the better shape, and sometimes we are on the worse shape than others. Sometimes we feel better, and sometimes we feel worse than others. Another reality is that pain and suffering is part of life. The same way that light and darkness exists in nature, still exists in us too. It does exist in us, and we will always exist in us. Making peace with reality. Life is not fair, there's pain and suffering. And instead of feeling that we are the only ones, let's recognize that other people, everyone, struggles at times. Might be for different reasons, but we all struggle at times. We all feel pain, loneliness, worry, stress, sadness at times. We only know our reality because we live it, we experience it. And sometimes someone else's might have it better than us, or appear to have it better. But if you look closely, you will see they will have challenges too. Perhaps different challenges, different struggles, but we all struggle. It's part of the humanity. It's part of being alive. Let's connect with compassion. I choose to connect with compassion. Compassion for myself. Compassion for others. I allow compassion to embrace me. Tenderness. Notice the breath. Where do I feel my breath in this moment? Is it on my chest? Is it on my belly? Is it on my nose? Just notice. I simply notice, without judging or criticizing, simply with curiosity. Open your eyes. Have a little sip of water. We might want things to be a certain way, either going or when we're going towards an experience. Let's recognize that, or remember that some things are within our control and some things are not. What someone else thinks, does, feels is outside of our control. However, how we react, how we respond, how we think, how we look at things, we have a degree of control of these things. And we might go with, in this circumstance, how I would like to show up, how I'd like to feel. From where I am, what's the next logical step? If in this moment I'm struggling with feeling hopeless, trying to jump to joy, the step is too big. A more realistic step is managing my expectations, that finding relief is the more logical step. In what ways can I find relief in this moment? What is within my control? What is it that I can do to find relief? Can I adjust my posture? Stand a little taller. Can I maybe stand up and then sit down? Can I relax my feet, my legs? Can I turn my neck? Can I rotate my shoulders, nice and gently? Connect with the breath. Connect with peace. Open your eyes. Close one nostril and exhale through the open nostril. And change. Close the other nostril and exhale through the open nostril. Connect with the breath and exhale fully through the nose. Take a slow breath in and a slower breath out. Inhale and exhale fully empty. Open your eyes and have a sip of water. Within this circumstance, can I look for neutral things? Can I connect with gratitude? Can I look for positive things? Can I remember that all humans struggle at times? This is my experience in this moment. It's my journey. And everybody else is on a different journey. Pain, strife, and suffering touches all human beings at times. You might even feel better than someone else's and feel sorry for them, a little guilty perhaps for celebrating or being in a better position. But we don't need to feel guilty. It's just sometimes we feel better and sometimes we feel worse. It's just our journey, just our timing. There'll be other times where the tables will invert and swap. It's just part of life. So, recognizing we all struggle at times because of the way that life is. Remembering that we are humans, we and others, and human beings are not perfect. We come with our strength and weakness, our light and darkness, our perfections and imperfections. Our capabilities and shortcomings and limitations. We want to be perfect, perhaps in all areas, but we're not. We want circumstances to be perfect at all times. But most of the time that's unrealistic. And it's just perhaps perfectionism trying to get on a way. Or perhaps we try to get control over some area of our life because other areas seem to be falling into place. Or not falling into place, falling into chaos. Or we might be wrestling with the uncertainty and the worry and anxiety of it, so we try to control it. Or we're dreading the judgment of others, or our own judgment, so unless it's perfect, we will not settle for less. But then we make our life and others a misery, an unnecessary misery. Accepting, being compassionate. I am a human being, and all human beings are not perfect. I connect with compassion, forgiveness. I forgive myself for not being perfect. I forgive others for not being perfect. And I make peace with this moment, just as it is. I make peace with myself. I make peace with others. Connect with the heart. Connect with compassion. I choose compassion. Exhale, fully empty. Inhale. And slowly exhale. Fully empty. Open your eyes. We can analyze why we don't feel good and acknowledge our pain and recognize and validate. Close the eyes and just answer I feel and allow the emotion to come up. In this moment I feel. It is what it is. When you're struggling, it's okay to admit that we're struggling. We are validating our experience. And it's okay for this experience to be what it is in this moment. We don't need to minimize it. We don't need to invalidate it. We don't need to dismiss it. I then fear they will get worse. Although we shouldn't be feeling those things. It is valid. It is okay. Although in comparison with others, we shouldn't be feeling this way. It is what it is in this moment. Close the eyes. Connect with the feelings. My feelings are valid in this moment. I notice them. I embrace them with compassion, healing and love. I accept them as they are in this moment. Connect with the breath. Exhale fully. Inhale. And exhale. Fully. Slowly. Empty. Inhale. And exhale. Slowly. Fully. Empty the lungs. And just breathe at your natural pace. Have a sip of water. If we need, we can connect with a higher power, God, an angel, spirit, to help us through this moment. God, angels, Virgin Mary, Buddha, higher power, universe, spirit, please help me through this moment. Please help me be at peace with this moment. Please guide me through this moment. Thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you. Adjust your posture, open your eyes. Stretch. And sit back. Stand up, stretch. And relax. Turn the neck one side and the other. Side, center, other side. Rotate the shoulders up, back and down. Close the eyes. Connect with self. Connect with peace. I choose to connect with peace. Open your eyes. What is the one thing that, or the many things that perhaps we could be grateful for? We'll go into asking ourselves in a minute. Then actually, let's connect first. What is the one thing I'm grateful for in this moment? Just the one thing. I am grateful for this opportunity to do this video because it is meaningful for me. Now, there is value in reaching out to others, to our community. In what way can we reach out? We could reach out, calling, being present, sending a message, helping in a practical way, helping in an emotional way, financial way. So what is the one thing that I can do for someone else in this moment or in the next moment? Because there's a likelihood that someone else's, that it is one person out there that is feeling worse off. So instead of being consumed in our struggle, we make peace with our struggle. We validate our thoughts and feelings in struggle. We could recognize that we're not the only ones. And that is part of life, is part of the humanity in us. but we also look for someone else's that perhaps is struggling more, so that we feel that we are contributing towards peace and healing and love, and reducing our suffering but also others. Because one small gesture from ourselves can be meaningful for someone else's. And it could be something simple, such as acknowledging someone, smiling at someone, or helping in a practical way. Listening to someone, offering a word of encouragement, or even communicating. Can we just have this interaction in peace? I'd like peace for you and peace for me. Let's keep to the minimum that we can manage. Respect and peace, and leave our differences to one side. Or even communicate, this is important to me and has nothing to do with you. So I'm not rejecting you. Or recognizing that someone else's reaction a lot of the time has more to do with them than it has to do with us. Sometimes we might contribute in a certain way, but most of the time our reactions has more to do with us, and someone else's reactions has more to do with them. So making peace with that. We want to be at peace with the world, best friends with the world. That sounds wonderful and ideal, but it's harder to live that. But we don't need to be at war. We can just be at peace. And if someone else chooses not to be at peace, that's on them. If they choose not to be at peace with us, that's on them. And if something big and painful has happened and we can't process it yet, hopefully in time we will be able to look at it through the lens of compassion and forgiveness. We still have the rights to put our limits, to protect ourselves, but we could be at peace with it. Have a sip of water. Notice the breath. Exhale. Inhale. Deeply, slowly. And exhale, slowly. Fully empty. Bring the hands to the shoulders and rotate them back and forward. Turn the neck to one side. Center, other side. Center. Stand up, stretch, and relax. And again, stand up and stretch, and relax. Adjust the posture. Connect with the breath. And when we're struggling, validating our thoughts and feelings help us be at peace. recognizing that we are struggling. Help us be at peace. Asking for help from someone else's, or a health professional, a doctor, is helpful, and sometimes it's what is needed. And when we feel better, we help others. It's recognizing that at times we need help. A baby is born into a world where he cannot look after himself, and we accept that, we don't judge. And we seem to think that as we become adults, we need to be fully functional at all times, totally independent. And that's not a reality. It's not a healthy, balanced reality. Interdependence. We strive to be independent, but also we are connected with others. There are moments where we need help. Could be practical, could be financial, could be emotional. And recognizing that society can be there for us in different ways. And when we are in a better position, we can retribute gratitude and support others. So it's the community. So, close the eyes for a moment. What is the one thing that I can do to help myself? What is the one thing I can do to improve the way that I feel physically? Can I adjust myself? What is the one thing that I can do to help myself psychologically? Perhaps making peace with what is, accepting my thoughts. What is the one thing that I can do emotionally to improve the way that I feel? Perhaps I can connect with peace, acceptance, compassion, love, healing, relief, gratitude, ease. What is the one thing that I can do relationally to improve the connection with myself? Perhaps I could look in a mirror and say, I love myself. Or I accept myself as I am with compassion. Or I recognize my struggle and suffering, and I could just caress my face. Or I forgive myself, but I still accept myself. What is the one thing that I can do to connect with others? What's someone else that perhaps is significant? Perhaps I can contact someone, send a message, visit, or send them a message in my thoughts, in my praise, and my wishes may be free from your suffering. I care about you. Please forgive me. Thank you. May you be free from your struggle. Please forgive me. I love you. May you be free from your struggle and suffering and strife. Please forgive me. I respect you as a human being. Thank you. Rest in peace. I love you. And thank you. Please forgive me. Forever grateful. Thank you. Open your eyes. Have a sip of water. Stand up and stretch. And sit back down. For a second I thought I had something dirty on my shirt. Actually, I slept with this shirt. Just put something over. Fine. It is fine. It's not freshen up yet, but it's important. No judgments. Judge if you like. The judgment has more to do with you than has to be with me. Okay, let's go back. What is that we'd like to be grateful? I know earlier on we're grateful for one thing, but let's recognize the range of things that we can be grateful to ourselves, to others, to life, to spirit. We could be grateful for the neutral, the good and the positive things that has happened this year, since that we are in a process of terminating the year, the calendar year. So we could go through this transition, or at least with gratitude, or pick a moment in our day where we connect with gratitude for the things that are working, for the things that are going well. It could be general, a little bit more vague. Could be grateful for the obstacles that we have overcome during this year. Could be grateful for the achievements that perhaps did happen but we did not celebrate, because we are always focusing on the next problem, goal, milestone. We could be grateful that Some people were and are part of our lives. They were or are. Could be grateful that some celebrations did happen, either for us or others. Or perhaps some goals and some wishes that have been in the back burner for a long time and finally happen, or on the process of becoming. Could be grateful for the moments of connection, of peace, relief. Connection, playfulness, love, for the joy that we experience. Could be grateful for the food that we had, the comforts that we had and have, the clothes, the covers in our bed, and the comfort of our bed, hopefully, if we have them in this moment. Be grateful for the beauty that exists in the world, the beauty that we see in nature, in people, man-made things, architecture, or even things that are made by humans. A cute little mug, or cute heart, cute teddy bear, or a stunning arrangement of flowers. The music that we like and discovered, or even for the programs, the TV programs that take us into an escape world where we get to experience certain emotions. The answers that come to us, the insights. When we tap into gratitude, initially might just be an exercise. But soon we will discover things that we are grateful and thankful for. Even if it's just feeling relief or comfort. Perhaps we notice a passage, or we look at the moon and the stars, the sun, and we feel relief. We see and experience the sea and we feel uplifted. So, with a grateful heart, I wish you many good things during this season. May you connect with relief, peace, love, healing, gratitude, a little smile, laughter if you can. Everything else might be falling apart, but in this moment, we're laughing. Okay. And if you can connect with joy, la 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 la. It's a season to be jolly, la 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 la. Well, it could be a season to be jolly, or a season to find peace. You do you. And whatever you are, it's okay. You will be okay. Things might not turn out the way we want, the way that we prefer, but things have a way of falling into place. And from the experiences that are revealed to us, then we get to choose. Okay, this is my life experience. What are my choices? What are my options? Can I be flexible in my approach? Can I look at it differently? Can I take a different action? Must I be here? And we can go on a journey of experimenting. We approach something, we experiment, we experience, and then when we have the impulse, we go somewhere else. And we experience, see how it feels, and that is data that we're collecting. Is this more in line with the values I want to live, the life I want to live? Do I want more of this or less of this? Is it something within my control that I can do? If I want peace, what can I do to have peace in this moment that is within my control? Not someone else's, because I can't control them. I might be able to influence, but I can't control. So what can I do? If I'm wrestling with myself, I can connect with compassion and love and step outside, maybe reach for others. Or even acknowledge our struggles. I'm struggling right now. Or ask for forgiveness. I'm sorry that I was sharp and impatient. I'm struggling with frustration right now. Please forgive me. Can I take myself out? Try to find my peace. So, at the minimum, have a peaceful season. Either alone or with others, the community. Just get curious. Try things. If something feels good, stay, and if it doesn't feel good, try something else. Perhaps you'll be surprised. And something was good in the past and you're not sure. It's a possibility there'll be some good things there. Accepting what is. And at a maximum, have some joy and fun! Yay! And if you can't connect to that, it's okay. Make peace with it. But if you can, yeah. If you can't, in time you will. In time you will. So allow the memory of it to guide you through. Connect with something that brings hope. The heart beats, so there is hope. And connect to the memory of gratitude and joy. And remember that sometimes if we go through an experience and our body reacts automatically, it takes a little time for the body to catch up with the mind. So you might be going towards something with thinking about the things that you want to be grateful for, the things that you're looking for to experience, the positive things, but you might not be feeling them because the body is still stuck on the reaction that it just had. For instance, if you're feeling depressed or anxious or angry, so that is within the body. There's an energy within the body. There's cortisol, there's stress hormones, and the body takes a little time to adjust, to change. So allow it with compassion, to allow it. And if you're under the weather, then it takes a little longer, because the body needs to fabricate the neurotransmitters that are needed for feeling good. So be compassionate with it. Sometimes something puts a smile on our face and within a second we feel good. And sometimes it takes a little longer. But connecting with relief to start with is always a good step. Connecting with gratitude for neutral and thankfulness for neutral things. And when we can savor the good and the positive and the joyful things, and we can go, now this is the year that I'm going to make a change. Okay, yes, I've been struggling up to now, but now I'm giving myself permission to experience, to feel, to appreciate, to notice the good things. I'm going to give myself permission to be okay with what is. I'm going to give myself permission to savor the good things. Because I deserve, no matter what, I still deserve to have a moment of peace, of connection, of good. And if we are in a circumstance, perhaps because we lost some loved ones and we are struggling to comprehend the joy of the world when we are not feeling the joy, that's hard. But recognizing that they are allowed to feel their joy, they're allowed to celebrate, they're allowed to feel good. Just unfortunate that we are on the lower end of the spectrum of emotions. But instead of focusing that, I'm going to focus here. What can I do? I don't need to compete. I don't need to look and feel like them. What is that I need to do for me to feel better? From whatever place. Do I need to go into this direction or keep on witnessing things that's making me feel worse? Or can I try and go, I'm at peace. It's time for you to be joyful. It's time for you to celebrate. It's time for you to have your good things. I accept that. And this is my truth. This is my reality. But within my reality, I'm going to look for things that are neutral. I'm going to look for things that are good. I'm going to look for things that bring me comfort, healing, love, compassion. And when I feel a little stronger, I'm going to look for things that puts a smile on my face. And then when I feel a little better, I'm going to put things that make me laugh. Even if it's just an exercise. And when I feel better, I'm going to look for things that makes me feel joyful and enthusiastic. And looking forward to, okay, just a little baby step. We're climbing the steps, we're climbing the mountain, and we are where we are in the process. Okay, and realities sometimes we're better, sometimes we're worse, and then other realities that some people are better off in so many categories of life, and some people are worse. And sometimes it's them, sometimes it's us. That's the reality. It's not fair, but it is what it is. And the minute we accept our reality of our thoughts, of our feelings, of our circumstances, and focus on the things that we can control, focus and make our decisions based on our values, then we'll be more at peace, finding the relief when we need. and recognizing most of the time things that someone else does is more to do with them than it has to do with us. We focus on our journey, our process. Doesn't mean being selfish, but it means recognizing that comparison. If you look at someone, let it be to inspire you, to know there is something more that you can do, accomplish, or learn from, but not to knock you down, not to make you feel inferior, because that is our thoughts. It's the way that we are thinking. Connecting with ourselves, with a high energy, with a higher power, connecting with others that are significant, meaningful to us. And if it's all too much, just take one day at a time. And if that's still too much, just take 1 minute at a time. Just need to get through this minute. I just need to get through this minute. One more sleep. 1 more minute. That's it. And when I know better and can do better, then I'll do better. Just 1 day at a time. 1 minute at a time. That's my focus, if that's what I need to be. And when I can, I'll take bigger strides. Have a peaceful season. There are many days that you can try to tap onto the things that are important to you and meaningful. It doesn't have to be a specific day. It doesn't have to be on the dot, on the 24th, on the 25th, on the 31st. Just be flexible, or use flexibility. It's like during this season, look at it as a season. During this season, these things are important. For instance, appreciating the light, maybe connecting, watching a Christmas movie, or listening to a Christmas song, whatever that is, putting the Christmas tree up, or going somewhere else and enjoying the sunshine, or being creative with, or take the opportunity to heal and recover, whatever that is. What is it important? And then when we try to share that with someone else's, and they may not be perhaps interested or see the same way or prioritize the same things, we might feel frustrated that we're not living what is important to us. Now, if we can, it is important to voice our preference, not impose, but voice, express, oh, this is meaningful, this is important, I like this. Okay, can we try to negotiate, or try to compromise, or maybe come up with an alternative solution that takes into account both our needs and preferences? And then outside of that is, if I can't do this now, can I take this thing that is meaningful to me and do it another day? And today I just go with the flow. I just go with the flow with what is, rather than things must be a certain way. Because when we wrestle with it must be a certain way and they're not, then we only feel frustrated and disappointed and hurt and sad. And if that's where we are, then we make peace with it. But how can I be flexible? How can I be flexible? What is important to me, to others, and what can I tap into? So, have a peaceful, peaceful, peaceful season. Celebrations, Christmas, New Year. Whenever you feel joy, just experience, make peace with the emotions, even if they're negative, and if they are positive, just savor. Give yourself permission to feel the good emotions. Sometimes we feel, oh, I can't get too happy because then if something happens I'll be too sad. Well, regardless, if you make space for the positive emotions, the negative ones will come up. They will, because the brain is biased to look for the negative things so that we can find solutions to increase our survival. So our job is to look for the good, look for the positive, look for the good, and savor those. Connect with the heart. Connect with gratitude. And place one thing in your heart. Open your eyes. I'm grateful for you. From my heart, big hug. Have peace. And when it happens, have joy. And when it happens, have fun. And when it happens, savor the good.